Brandy again with the Shelby County Public Library. I'm not going to do a traditional story time today. I'm going to take a little bit of time and tell you about some of the books that I loved when I was a kid. And then I'm going to read you one of those books. And then at the end, what I want you to do underneath in the comments is I want you to take some time and tell me about some of the books that you loved when you were a kid. What books did you stay up late reading and possibly get into trouble? Or what books do you remember devouring over and over again? And then maybe share some of the books that your kids or the kids in your life love. What books do they read over and over? What books do you find yourself having to grin and bear it and pretend to love with them? Because I know, we've all been there. So I'm going to start real quick. Most of these, all but one of them actually, are all books that are actually the books that I had when I was a kid. I've only had to replace one. It got lost. I don't know when. I don't know if it was through a move or maybe it was with the box of little golden books that my mom believes got lost in the attic got left in the attic of our old house. But here is Corduroy. This is the one that I had to replace. I got it at a secondhand bookstore. It was in perfect condition. This is actually the 2-in-1. It has the original Corduroy story and a pocket for Corduroy. This is the cover of the book that I had as well. I don't know if it's the original cover. I think it was published in 1968. But I loved the original Corduroy story. This is actually also the book that I chose when I was a high school senior taking speech class, and we had to choose a kid's picture book to read aloud. I absolutely loved the story of the little bear who just wanted a home. He wanted to be chosen along with all the other stuffed animals, but nobody chose him because he didn't have a button. And then Lisa came along and she saw him, and her mom said no. And because he didn't have a button. But Lisa wanted him so badly that she went home and used all of her piggy bank money to come back and purchase him. And then he ended up with a family. So that was one of my favorite childhood books. And then we have an old book. This is a Groundhog's Day at the Doctor. There he is. Groundhog woke up and felt like he had the flu. So he felt like he had to go to the doctor. I'm not sure why I love this story so much. Here, I'm not going to read, obviously, all of these, like I said, but I'm going to show you some of the inside illustrations. So this is one of them. There he is, looking in the mirror. He's not feeling so hot. And then there's little rabbit. And then I'm going to show you, I believe it's Owl that is the doctor. Groundhog gets rid of all the patients in the doctor's office, but yes, there's Owl. But there he is. And then there is Miss Mop's Lucky Day. This is a really good book, actually, to read aloud and for making predictions about the story. It starts here with the cover. You can talk about all the animals that are on the cover and that might be in the story. And you can talk about what might happen. And why is it her lucky day? You can even start there. Why are there cupcakes everywhere? But just to give you a little inside glimpse at the artwork, it's still really cute even today. This one was really cute. It's still really cute. These, I think all of these were my brother's. I don't think they even have his name in them. I think all of them do. They were a thing back in the 80s that you could get from the school. There's 26 of them apparently. But they all have a list of the characters in them. And there's names such as Doubtful Dog, Goof Off Goose, Questioning Quail, Smarty Stork, Zany Zebra. You can tell there's the alphabet, hence 26. But there they all are. No Kicks for Dog was my favorite. I also have Who Stole Alligator's Shoe, Scaredy Bear, Fixed by Camel. I only have 4 of them. I don't know if we ever had all 26 or not. But this one, they also have in the back, this was my favorite part, a map of the town. I think that's part of the reason I loved these books so much, because you could see where they were going. I always got to go back and see where they were within the town. This one, Dilly the Dinosaur. Loved Dilly the Dinosaur. So with these books, I'm sticking with early readers and younger. I'm not going into like early chapter books or juvenile books, as we call them in the libraries. So those are actual beginning chapter books and up. Really sticking with the early readers and younger. So this was a weekly reader, and I remember these being mostly 2nd grade and 3rd grade maybe. I'm trying to think of the teachers that I had. I felt like this was a chapter book. You can see the Roman numerals 1, 2, 3, and 4. These were really just stories within the book. These were not chapters. I thought they were chapters, so I thought it was really cool. There's one chapter book in here, but this was Dirty Dilly, Dilly's Birthday Disaster, Dilly's Rainy Day, and Dilly Does Some Painting. But within here, there's different black and white pictures. I'd have to look it up, but my guess is this is probably roughly a 1st or 2nd grade level reading, which is probably what the chapter book is too. Maybe a 2nd grade level. I'll look at it when I get to it. This one probably spans generations. The Pokey Little Puppy. I'm sure most of you have heard of this. This was one of my favorites. You can see the back has the traditional little golden book on the back. And it was 89 cents at the time. This one doesn't have a name in it, so I'm not sure if it was mine or my brother's. And it has the traditional little golden book artwork in the inside. I loved the Pokey Little Puppy and the trouble he got into. I would have followed this Pokey Little Puppy anywhere. I loved him. This one is the Alligator Song. I loved this book as well. It was about this little alligator who just wanted to go home. That's all he wanted. And he showed up. This one was mine. My mom wrote my name in it there, and then I wrote my name in it in pencil there. I never do that now. And it was to all children, hold on to your dreams. There's Eddie sleeping, little dog sleeping, wind coming in, lightning bolt, very basic artwork. Not saying that's bad, I'm just saying very basic artwork. It's not, a lot of artwork you see now might be rendered by computer or really intense. This seems to be very basic. And there's the alligator. And he sings to him. And when I was little, I would make up a tune to this song. I will not torture you. I will read it like a poem. Please help me get down to the sea. From there, I'll swim back home. I'm tired of travel. No more will I roam. Please help me get down to the sea. And so this whole book is an adventure of Eddie getting the alligator back home. There's even a boardwalk type scene. There he is. He's almost there. It was super cute. I loved it when I was little. It's not a bad book. I'm not saying that at all now. I'm just not sure it necessarily stands the test of time, so to speak. But it's still very cute. And then there's Those Terrible Toy Breakers. I loved this one so much. Noticed little creepy eyes in the shed and a broken wagon. I loved this story. I would read it all the time. It is by David McPhail, who is fairly popular. Copyright 1980. And I say fairly popular, everything went blank in my head. Cannot think of a single book that's there, but they're there. It's about Walter, lived in the jungle, at least he thought he did. Looked like it, all kinds of trees. And his toys would get broken. He blamed, Bernie, his friend Bernie told him there were lions and tigers and elephants. And he made sure that he'd pick up all of his toys and he wanted to try to catch them, so they set a trap to catch the terrible toy breakers. So the whole plan was to catch them, and he did. And then the trick is to, are they going to be sorry? Are they going to not be sorry? Are they going to be friendly? Are they not going to be friendly? What will happen? Never know. Super cute. Loved it. The front makes it look like it's going to be creepy. You never know. This one, however, is a ghost story, and this one I got in a lot of trouble for. I specifically remember this one. There might have been other ones, but I would stay up with a flashlight reading this one under the covers a lot. It was another weekly reader book. This one is an official chapter book. Looking at it, probably mid-second grade level, maybe third grade level, if we're talking the AR levels that they assign books now that were not really there when I was a child. There's not a chapter content book. Or wait, yeah, there is. There it is. Official chapters, as you can see. But if you can imagine, it's a ghost story about Windy Hill. I loved it. Some people think the house on Windy Hill is haunted, but Lorna and Jamie aren't so sure they believe in ghosts. So how can they explain the mysterious sounds of knocking, running steps, and tinkling bells? Dun dun dun. This was one of my favorite books when I was an early grade schooler. And now this next book, we had a young child a couple years ago who checked this book out at the library all of the time. And if he or his mother is watching, they will remember. It is Popcorn by Frank Ash. This book was a book that I read a lot. It is a Halloween story. Look at all the pumpkins everywhere. It's about this little bear. Little boy bear, I believe. I think his name's Sam. He gets left home alone. His parents tell him to take good care of the house and they'll bring him a present. And it is a little boy bear. He called his friends up right away. Wear a costume. Bring something good to eat. Everyone brings popcorn. Literally everyone. And then here, they're doing some things you should never do. Look at that, boys and girls. Literally things you should never do. Hanging on a chandelier, balancing on the back of a chair, fishing out of a goldfish bowl, climbing in and out of windows. These are not things you should be doing. And then they decide to pop all of the popcorn. Pop, 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 pop. So much so that it starts to fill the whole house. All the way up. Hang on, where's the picture of the entire house? There it is. Look at that. And they eat it all and they all get belly aches. Look, even the mouse and cat help. And then his mom and dad come back from their party and they bring him popcorn. He cleaned it all up, hoping never to tell his mom and dad, but he still ends up punished. So this is one of my other ones that I absolutely loved as a child. And this one you can tell, this one was mine as a child. Look at this. The monster at the end of this book. And I don't know what it survived. Survived something. Look at that. And it was mine. It's got my name. And this is the one I'm going to read to you today. It's the last one. Last one I have to show you. And I hope that some of you will leave in the comments books that you loved as a kid, books that your kids enjoy reading, books that kids in your life enjoy reading now. I would love to know what some of you have to say, because we're all from different generations. us as adults are from different generations. The kids that you have are from different generations. So it would be very interesting to see what we all enjoyed reading as children and what current children are enjoying to read. And then I will do another post at some point soon about books, older books, like chapter books as well. So anyhow, now I'm going to read you The Monster at the End of This Book, starring lovable furry old Grover. I won't read it like that for you, though. Look at him. What color is he? He's blue. What did that say? On the first page. Oh my goodness. What did that say? Did that say there will be a monster at the end of this book? It did? Oh, I am so scared of monsters. Listen. I have an idea. Shh. If you do not turn any pages, we will never get to the end of this book. And that is good, because there is a monster at the end of this book. So please, do not turn the page. Shh. You turn the page! Maybe you do not understand. You see, turning the pages will bring us to the end of this book, and there is a monster at the end of this book. But this will stop you from turning any pages. See, I am tying together the pages so you cannot... You turned another page! You do not know what you are doing now! Stop turning the pages! There! I, Grover, am nailing this page to the next one, so you will not be able to turn the page. And we will not get any closer to the monster at the end of this book. All right! Do you know that every time you turn another page, you not only get us closer to the monster at the end of this book, but you make a terrible mess? This will stop you from turning pages. A heavy, thick, solid, strong brick wall. I would just like to see you try to turn this page. Do you know that you are very strong? Huh? The next page is the end of this book, and there is a monster at the end of this book. Oh, I am so scared. Please do not turn the page. Please. Please, 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 please. 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 Pretty, please. Oh, well, look at that. This is the end of the book. And the only one here is me. I, lovable, furry old Grover, am the monster at the end of this book. And you were scared. Yeah. I told you and told you there was nothing to be afraid of. Oh, I am so embarrassed. This one's also really fun to read aloud. So, I would like to know like I said, what some of your favorite stories are. Just comment below. It'd be great. Some of your favorite picture books as a child, some of your favorite picture books to read with your children, or what some of your children's favorite picture books are, or just the kids in your life. And yeah, that would be great to know. So I will stop this now, and you can tell us below. And I will be back with another story time at another time. Thanks. Have a great day, and I hope you're staying safe, sane, and healthy. We'll see you again soon.